black is not a monolithic thing. There's different...
I'm sorry. No.
Okay.
I just wanted to say it was nice meeting you.
Oh, it was nice meeting you too.
And we got the Sailor Stars Blu-ray in the dealer's room.
Oh,
so
cool.
Looking forward to watching it.
Thank you.
Safe flight home. Thank you again.
The hazards of doing an interview.
I was like, what do I do?
What's up, YouTube? This is Pop Tech with Amanda Miller. You might know her as the voice of the redub of Sailor Moon and Sailor Jupiter, the voice of Boruto from the new series, and also she's the voice of Joe from Kid Cosmic. So I got some questions for you if you don't mind.
All right.
All right. So y'all know you get tired of this question all the time, but what got you into voice acting?
I was a shy little kid. I loved to perform, but I didn't want to be seen. So I had that whole, like, I want to express myself, but completely not be seen doing it. So voiceover kind of, like, helped me with that. But I've gotten over that since. I started doing theater. I became a theater major, and then I got into the idea of voiceover. And so I went to LA. I did an internship at a voiceover studio, and I had... I was getting like coffee and emptying trash cans for them, but they knew that I was an actor, so they kind of would like throw me a bone here and there. They would let me like do background work and then little one-line parts, and then they started trusting me more and let me audition for actual parts and started booking. And then over the course of 10 years, it kind of, booked more, got an agent, booked more, got
It's a process.
It's a process, yeah.
Who was your influence?
I grew up watching a lot of, like, I feel like everybody calls their age of cartoons when they were a kid the golden age, but, like, the 90s were a great era for cartoons.
Yes.
So I remember I would watch, like, the Rugrats and Dexter's Lab and Powerpuff Girls and all in the Toonami block, and I remember being like, oh, the voice of Chucky sounds like the voice of Dexter, and I'd start to realize it's the same person, so, like, I definitely loved, like, E.G. Daily, and then, that's not the voice of Dexter, but, Christine Cavanaugh, E.G. Daily, Tara Strong, all the classics. All, Jennifer Hale, Rob Paulson.
Yes.
So, I had a lot of inspirations.
Okay. Now, what is your big three for anime?
Big three, it's kind of cheating, but I grew up with Sailor Moon, so that's kind of like one of my all-time favorites. I really loved, Cowboy Bebop feels like it's cheating because everybody loves Cowboy Bebop, but I really loved that show. But I loved Code Geass. I remember in college I watched both seasons in like a 48-hour period, and I'm just like, this is so good and angsty, and I love it. And one that I don't see a lot of people talking about is Paranoia Agent.
I don't think I heard of that.
That was from it used to be like, I think I was in college, so maybe it was probably like 10 years ago. It might have been on like Adult Swim, I think. But it was really good. It was Satoshi Kon. It was this dark paranormal, or dark psychological thriller, I guess. So it's really great. So that's one that I would recommend.
Okay. What advice do you have people that want to get to the industry?
Sorry.
What advice do you have people who want to get into the industry?
What advice? There's a lot of different advice, but there's, take acting classes, take improv classes, take voiceover technique classes, because those teach you how to be on mic properly. They teach you how to act like you got some home training when you go into a studio session. They teach you the different archetypes of characters so that you can kind of build a reel and figure out which ones are right for you. And I also recommend, it may change because of the pandemic, because people are a little bit more able to be remote, but we're not sure if that's going to stay that way or if it's going to go back to being in person. But I used to say, go to Dallas, go to LA, move to those cities where you want to work, because a lot of times they're not going to bring you in if they don't know you. Yes. And they can't necessarily know you if you live in a small city in Ohio or something. So now that may change, we'll see, but I would normally say, once you've gotten your training, plan to move to that city where you want to work. But I also will say, get a second or third job, because I had 3 jobs throughout my 20s, and even now I still have a steady job in between acting sessions. I think a lot of people have this misconception that you're going to start working and you'll work all the time and you'll never have to do anything else. It's no, you still have to do boring adult jobs to supplement. Or actually, I think that boring adult jobs kind of pay the bills, and then the fun stuff is kind of like the supplement on top.
Yeah. Now you had talked about how you get roles as a black actress, and they say you to change your voice up to be more urban.
Yeah.
Yes. You want to talk about that?
I mean, it's so weird to me because it's just like they will hire. It feels like they're hiring me. I don't know. I don't want to get anybody upset, but it feels kind of like tokenizing for them to be like, oh, well, you kind of count, right? You're kind of check off a box of being vaguely brown, and then they want to pat themselves on the back for being like, oh, we cast diverse, but I'm not necessarily like what they want. Like I guess they assume that we all have it in us to talk a certain way or whatever. It's like there's different cultures. Black is not a monolithic thing. There's different.
I'm sorry. No.
Okay.
I just wanted to say it was nice meeting you.
Oh, it was nice meeting you too.
And we got the Sailor Stars Blu-ray in the dealer's room.
Oh,
so
cool.
Looking forward to watching it.
Thank you.
Safe flight home. Thank you again.
The hazards of doing an interview.
I was like, what do I do? What was I gonna say?
Just have to think a certain way. Like,
Oh, yeah. Like, it's so weird to me that they have this idea that they're like, we're casting diverse, but then they want everybody to sound a certain way, or be a certain way, or have us come from a certain culture. It's like, I was raised in the Air Force, so I don't know, like, I don't have, like, a regional accent or anything like that, so they had, this is embarrassing. There was a project where they had to give me dialect coaching to learn a Southern African-American vernacular English accent, as they called it. And I was
so
like,
basically talk like we do here.
I guess, yeah, and it was really embarrassing. I'm like, just hire somebody who talks that way. Like,
Yeah.
why are you trying to embarrass me? Making me, like, showing how like, white bread I am. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, it's a weird thing, because it's like, you're hiring people for voiceover, but you also want a certain cultural thing that not everybody who has a certain amount of melanin necessarily has. Like, you got people who talk all sorts of ways, because we're just as diverse as white people.
Exactly.
So, I don't know.
But you say you hate doing like a female voice.
Well, not hate it, but I have
It's not you.
I mean, I am female. Like, I guess I have a hard time with the stereotypical idea of what an anime female voice sounds like. So, like, it's a lot harder for me to make myself sound like breathy and cute and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, it's just hard for me to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, females that sound,
Extra female-ish. That's it.
I guess, I mean, yeah, more stereotypical female, I would say, yeah. But yeah, so those are harder for me because I just don't know how to do that without sounding like I'm making fun of that voice.
I mean, it is making fun of them doing that voice anyway. It's just a stereotype.
Yeah. Yeah, who talk? You talk like you're like they're having they talk like they're having an active asthma attack. Is how it feels like, and I'm like, that's not. I don't know. Anyway.
All right. What's one of your favorite lines that you did a voiceover for?
Favorite lines?
Yes.
I mean, there's some weird stuff in the Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls game, or just kind of anything Toko says from those games. There's a scene where I don't know how family friendly your channel is, but like she is having a fantasy moment and she's like oinking like a pig because like in the fantasy he's like, you're my little piggy. She's like, yes, I'm your livestock. Oink oink oink. And it was just it was a very fun session. Yeah, she's a lot of weird lines. She's also like, stop trying to pull me further into your meat dimension. But I don't remember the context of that line at all, but
You just had a script and you had to read it.
Yeah. That's the thing is you just go line by line and you're not even thinking about it, and yeah.
Don't question what they wrote.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, this is what I get paid to do.
Yes.
So.
Anything you want to promote or you want to say?
Yeah. I check out our final season of Kid Cosmic on Netflix. I believe it's February 2nd, or it's the first week of February. It's coming out on Netflix. So yeah.
You play Joe.
I play Joe, and it's created by Craig McCracken. So if you liked Powerpuff Girls, if you liked Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Wander Over Yonder, you'll love this. It's got heart, it's episodic, it's got like stories and character arcs, and it's got a special place in my heart.
Yes, I love Joe in it.
Oh, thank you.
Even though her character goes back and forth with like being the sympathetic person to being like just a hard person.
Right, and I think that's the thing is like they kind of, what I like about when you have character arcs and you have shows where it's the characters learn something and then they make mistakes and then they grow from those and then they make mistakes again, like that's very human. You know, we're not linear. Like I said, not linear, but I made an arc instead of a line. Anyway, But yeah, we make mistakes, we're fallible, and she learns what it takes to be a good leader by learning what you should not do,
Yes.
and learning, what makes a bad leader. But yeah, so I'm excited to see, because I haven't seen season 3 yet either,
So we do have some giveaways stuff.
okay.
So I want to thank you for signing it. I got the pamphlet from Ichiban Con, and I have your autograph as well as Sean's autograph. So far, I did an interview with both of y'all. Trying to work on one more interview at least while I'm here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get everybody's interview signature on here. I'm gonna give it out as a giveaway item.
Cool.
And while I'm here, till you leave, I'm gonna try to get more pictures of you because you hate pictures of yourself. You say.
I do. I mean, it's weird because I want to do like on camera acting, but I'm like still like, but don't look at me. Like there's still that urge. Eat more fiber, kids.
Yes. Well, let's go ahead and because this is going out of hand right now. Thank you so much for that.